Hello, everybody, and welcome to CCCLXVI, podcast where we talk about the last movies we watched last week. Okay, so that was sub 4 seconds. I don't know. I'm gonna stop with saying it as quickly as I can, Benji, because I know that you get rather irritated with that. Because I don't think you get irritated with it. You don't get irritated with it, do you?
I don't get irritated. It's just I like it if you were to stop.
The thing is, I keep on trying to go faster, but eventually it's just gonna get to a point to where I can't go any faster. I'm just gonna end up, saying, CCCLXVI. Just hello. And that's my quickest intro is hello. It's gonna end up just being that. Okay, so, next week, I'm going to be returning to being pretty slow. I was doing a test recording, and I was, testing how slow I was gonna say it and everything, and I just ended up not doing it, because nonconformist. Okay, so...
Why did you just knock on your desk? You're like...
Oh, that's a lot louder than it was. Okay, well Benji's is probably going to be a lot louder than mine. I think because
Here, I'm turning down my mic.
You're turning it down? No, don't turn down your mic. I can still. It's just whenever you bang on your desk.
Okay, don't bang on my desk.
Do not bang the desk. Bangladesh. That's a country. Bangladesh. The desk. That's the one thing I always remember about Bangladesh is banging the desk. Not quite sure why. That sort of sounds like it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a little bit racist. I mean, you're making fun of an Asian country. Okay, let's talk about the movies now. Okay?
Okay.
So we were gonna watch Batman vs. Superman and give our thoughts on it, but then our brother got sick, so we couldn't go watch it.
And we're angry at him now.
We're not angry at Max.
We're kidding. We're totally kidding.
So we were gonna watch that, which is why, the last two movies, we were gonna watch all superhero movies this week, but then we just decided we weren't. I have a horrible cough right now. Jeez.
We can just delay the podcast. I'm kidding.
Oh, no. You're not that lucky. So we're gonna probably watch that next week. So we're probably going to watch that next week. So, yeah, you're going to have to wait a little bit to hear our thoughts on Batman versus Superman. Because our brother was sick, and we were going to watch it with him, and he was sick, so we couldn't watch it. Yeah. So, first movie we watched this week was Batman. Batman.
With Michael Keaton.
With Michael Keaton?
Not the
original.
Yeah, the one is it's like Jack Nicholson,
Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton, directed by Tim Burton. That one, yeah.
Yep.
So, that movie is pretty good. Definitely not as good as Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. I think that it's definitely more of a Batman-type film than Nolan's trilogy of Batman movies. But I don't think that's necessarily a thing you should be proud about, because Batman is like a comic book movie, and it's just all sort of silly and stuff. And it definitely has a certain amount of silliness. Jack Nicholson's performance in Batman is phenomenal because he's playing a crazy person. And unlike Heath Ledger, which gives a sort of insane person, Jack Nicholson's just crazy.
He's just being himself.
Yeah. I've never seen Jack Nicholson play a normal person. Well, I probably have. But, he's very good at playing crazy people. Do you think that, documentaries would count for this? I think they should. We watched a TV show. So yeah, we're gonna eventually watch the making of The Shining, which is one of my favorite documentaries. I have an awful cough, jeez.
Yeah, you've said that.
And you can see, he's just crazy, but he's a method actor, so I don't think he's really crazy. But he's really good at playing a crazy person, and he does that great as playing the Joker, Batman. So what thoughts do I have about this movie? It's pretty good. The art style was pretty good. I think it won an Oscar for that. I didn't really like it, because I just don't like this whole sort of art style theme, but the art style, the execution was great. It's like saying, I don't like this film because it's a horror movie. You can still compliment that film and say, oh, the horror was done great, I just don't like it because it was a horror movie. I don't like the way that the art style was set up. I don't like the style of the art style, but I think that the way it was executed was very, very good.
Uh-huh.
Do you get what I'm saying there, Benji?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
There's those things that was it doesn't look real, which Nolan's trilogy really does make Batman seem real, which is why I'm going to be dedicating my life to become Batman, is because of the Batman trilogy.
Nobody's supposed to know your secret identity.
They don't know my real name. To them, I am just Ethan.
Yeah, but your name is Ethan.
They don't know that.
Yeah, maybe I'm just saying...
They're the one who's giving away all her information, Benji.
No, but... Maybe they... Yeah, but then they'll think, oh, I'm just joking. And then they'll think, oh, he's saying that. And then, they go on this big thing. It's like, hello. Oh, yes, he's lying because he said it. Yeah, let's talk about the movies.
So, I'd give Batman an 8 out of 10. What would you give it?
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. I'd give it 8, because the plot was not as good. The action, it wasn't as good as Nolan's trilogy, and the plot was a bit silly. And the plot wasn't as good, and all the characters were silly. Wasn't as good but I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it, and I'd definitely recommend you watch it. I'd be surprised if you haven't watched it, though. Not too surprised. I mean, it's an older movie, 1989. I personally I have not seen it up until this point. Maybe I had whenever I was younger, but I just don't remember seeing this. So, shocker. I'd only seen Nolan's trilogy, which might be why I like Nolan's trilogy more, is because...
You saw it first? Uh-huh.
It's because I saw it first, but at the same time, there's old movies that I watch, and I just totally hate those movies. But because I don't feel too much nostalgia for things, unless I was really young whenever I watched them, in the case of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, which I'm going to enjoy reviewing that. So I give it an 8, Benji gives it a 9. Okay, let's move on to Captain America, the First Avenger. 7.5 out of 10. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
Good action, good story. The performances were entertaining. It was just a really entertaining film. That's the thing I didn't say about Batman, is that, Batman was really entertaining, and so was this movie. Captain America, the First Avenger, was very entertaining. I love World War II films. We've seen a couple other World War II films so far. Saving Private Ryan, I think. Didn't we watch that?
Yeah, and that's apparently...
That's a World War II film?
Yeah, it's like D-Day, and there's the Nazis.
Benji loves the Nazis.
No, it's not like I think they did. I think they're interesting. It's just...
I just realized what was okay. He loves researching about the Nazis. Benji is not a Nazi.
I am not the Nazis are the best. That if that's taken out of context, that'd be terrible.
Okay, but Benji likes studying World War II. He likes the whole idea of how Hitler came to power and stuff. But he is not a Nazi. So please do not take what I just said and use it against him. Because he just... Okay. Anyways, I don't think they think you're a Nazi. You're a pretty nice person.
Well, they don't know that.
Anyways, back onto Captain America: The First Avenger. So this is a World War II film starring...
a guy.
Chris Evans, that's his name. He plays Captain America, and Hugo Weaving. Hugo Weaving's great in this.
Who is he?
My cough is killing me. He's Red Skull.
Oh, yeah, he's
all the
Mr.
performances
Anderson.
are great in this. I don't know. I think that this film gets a little bit too much hate, and it doesn't really get hate, but it has a 6.8 on Internet Movie Database, and I have not seen too many reviews of this film, so I do not quite know what their complaints with it, and if I were to watch those, maybe I'd see those complaints. But I watched this film whenever I was younger, and I just said that whenever I watch a film whenever I'm younger, it doesn't bias my opinion towards it. That was pretty much a lie. Yeah. It does a little bit. And so I can see this a lot more for its... And also, there's not an incredibly good Captain America film. The Winter Soldier was pretty good, but that was nothing like Nolan's Batman trilogy compared to that. So that might be another reason why I like this film. However, what did I give it? I think I gave it a 7.5 or 8. I can't remember my ratings anymore. I might have given it a 9, which is less than Batman.
You gave what a 9?
I'm not quite sure what I gave Captain America: The First Avenger out of 10.
We didn't say it.
I said it. I think I said 7.5 or 8. Anyways, what would you give it out of 10?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what my rating on Internet Movie Database is, but that's only to balance out the other people's ratings, which is not how you're supposed to be using it at all, but I don't care. So, the third movie we watched this week was Batman Begins. And now Batman Begins is basically just... So another thing that I realized while watching this, I didn't realize this, I watched another person's video about this same topic, is Batman Begins is pretty similar to the plot of A Fistful of Dollars. You know?
How?
Well, it just... okay. I need to send you the video link. I can't exactly explain it here, but there's guy who goes...
We could be like, hello, internet, I could just watch it right now. Or I said, like, 2 hours long.
It's a rather long video. Anyways,
Okay.
or maybe it's The Dark Knight Rises. That is like that. It might be The Dark Knight Rises. Or it's either Batman Begins or The Dark Knight. I honestly cannot remember at all. So,
Okay.
sorry. But anyways, it's either this, but, okay. That was awful. That whole debate right there. But this is the things that people enjoy. They enjoy our tangential things. At least I've been told, by people that actually leave reviews. But I enjoyed this film. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I enjoyed this film more than The Dark Knight. Crucify me. I actually don't, because we watched The Passion of the Christ, and that seemed pretty painful. So don't crucify me.
I don't really want nails. I mean, The Passion of the Christ, it goes through his hand. But it doesn't go through your palm. No, it goes into your wrist. Where all the blood comes out.
Please,
it's like,
not the nails, please.
can you, like, crucify me without the nails or something? Because...
Just use some ropes.
And don't whip me. And make sure that vulture doesn't come.
Oh, yeah. That's like the... Okay. So Batman Begins is really good. Like, Christopher Nolan is amazing with his directing. Christopher Nolan's an amazing director, and he is great in this. Cillian Murphy, who I love, is in this, and he does a great job as Scarecrow. It has Liam Neeson, who I have a statue of.
Go get it.
I can't, like, there's no use in me going to get it.
Oh, yeah, they can't see
But
it.
I have it over there. I might take a picture of it, and if you're watching this on YouTube, there might not be a Microsoft Paint drawing. It might just be a picture of Liam Neeson. My statue of Liam Neeson.
We can draw a picture of the statue of Liam Neeson.
It's a statue of Qui-Gon Jinn.
Wait.
I'm not going to draw a picture because then they think I could just be faking. But that'll be the thing. So wait 10 episodes, 10 weeks from now, and you'll actually be able to see that. I'm going to try to get these up to date, but no count on that. But I really enjoyed this. 10 out of 10. Better than The Dark Knight Rises. Okay?
Okay.
What are your thoughts? I haven't been asking your thoughts.
About The Dark Knight, it's good.
Batman Begins.
Batman Begins, sorry. That's what I meant. Well, it's good. Very, very good. It's a very, shiny movie. I'm kidding. Yeah. I like it. I pretty much agree with everything you said.
Okay. So, Benji's still learning to watch other people's reviews and copy them. Which is pretty much what I do. None of my thoughts are original. I'm kidding. Most of my thoughts are original. And then I watch other people's reviews, and then I change my thoughts according to those. And I normally watch the reviews after the podcast. So you're hearing my original thoughts. If I were to redo my reviews, they'd probably be different.
Is this an
But I don't care.
So is this an alligator or a Tyrannosaurus Rex? Sorry.
What is that from?
There's a coin.
I don't even want to know what you're doing in there. I'm just pretending that you're paying attention to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've watched superhero films so far. So next up is Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip.
Pip.
1 out of 10. It's pretty bad. I went in expecting a bad movie, and it was pretty bad. So, 1 out of 10. I really don't have too much to say on this because it was a bad movie. I mean, I enjoyed it maybe a little bit because it was bad. So I'd give it actually a 2 out of 10 because there were some jokes that were actually okay. And it wasn't a propaganda film like God's Not Dead. What else?
I'd give it like a 4. I'm kidding, not even a 4. It's like a 3 or a 2.
And also, it's fun to laugh at how bad it is. You're giving it a 3. I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. So would I recommend you watch it? No, not really.
No.
It does have some movie references to some movies that I enjoy.
Want to say what they are?
Actually degrades my rating of this film because it just butchers those movies and it makes me cry a little bit.
They had The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly theme song playing. And the people, it's so stupid because Alvin and like this bad guy who's supposed to be bad, but you know, he's just like a law person. Like, he starts doing karate where the songs go. I'm like, do you not know where this song came from? It's like, this is not a Chinese karate chopping thing. Maybe that's like.
Or did we watch the same The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
What?
The one I saw was about like 3 karate dudes beating each other up with giant swords.
Oh yeah. Well, that's weird because I saw cowboys with guns shooting people. I guess I was just wrong.
Well, that's because you're blind.
You're right. I am.
I mean, all this time I've been saying Western, I actually in Japanese samurai movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so Road Trip was bad. Would not recommend you watch it. The only reason we watched it is because we had nothing better to do. And so then the last movie we watched was Lavatory Love Story by the same guy who did We Can't Live Without Cosmos. And I enjoyed this. Unlike these other films, it was a short film, which I know we said that we shouldn't count short films, but do you want us to talk about 4 movies? No, not really.
And, I mean, you want our list to be messed up? No.
Yeah, so Lavatory Love Story was pretty good. It's about a girl who works in a booth for a bathroom, and then some guy loves her and stuff.
Gives flowers.
And so he gives her flowers, and then they get married, and they both work the booth together. And it's happy ever after. Unlike We Can't Live Without Cosmos, it's not depressing.
So what happened is the screen goes black. She walks out of the bathroom, and it's raining outside, and she can't find the person who left the flowers. And so it's weird. Like the screen goes black, then it goes back, and she's in the bathroom. So I'm like, so the screen's black for like 5 seconds or something. So I think, is it over? Because I'm like, I mean,
did she get hit by a car?
I'm like, does it just end like, oh well, that the person was leaving things and now she's gone?
Yeah, this had a happy ending though. I mean, We Can't Live Without Cosmos also sort of had a little bit of a happy ending.
What, like they both died?
This had a definite happy ending, while that is really up to interpretation on whether or not it's a happy ending. I personally saw it as the other guy killed himself so that way he could be with the other guy. That the other astronaut killed himself, which is depressing.
Very, very depressing.
To say the least. However, this has 2 people getting married. So I guess you could spin that into bad, but I don't see.
It's like if you're a person who hates people getting married.
So overall, except for one movie, this was a pretty good week. But one movie was absolutely awful, so I'm going to put this as an okay week, because Alvin and the Chipmunks: The Road Trip is one of the worst films I've seen all year, other than God's Not Dead.
What did I give God's Not Dead?
A 1, I think.
What you give it like a 0, didn't you?
I wish I could give it a 0.
What did you give it? No, it's 1 to 10, so you can't give it a 0.
Whenever we watch God's Not Dead 2, I might give that a 0.
But what if it's better?
We're going to be watching.
What if it's better?
Eventually.
What if it's...
Oh, no, Benji.
I'm kidding.
You've not seen any reviews of that film yet.
I haven't seen the trailer either.
Oh, God.
Remember that one, like, worst high school of my life or whatever? You know that?
Oh, that trailer was...
No, those pictures are my life. I'm like...
Somehow you have made a film that looks... You have made a trailer for a film that makes it look worse than God's Not Dead. Congratulations. I didn't even think that was possible.
So what did you spend, like, the last, 4 minutes of it?
Okay, so what is our quote gonna be?
Oh, shoot. I'm gonna be like...
I had a date. Okay, while I'm doing this podcast, I got all depressed and remembered I had a date. That's the last words from the first Avenger, right? Isn't it? He's talking about his date with Haley Atwell or whatever. I don't remember their characters' names. I just remember.
Oh yeah, I was thinking which one is like a depressing ending, but you just forget about that. But you're like, oh, it's happy. It's not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
Okay, so this has been CCCLXVI.
Wait, no.
I had a date.
I've
been Ethan. He's been Benji. And goodbye. Don't end the recording yet, Benji.
Okay, yeah, just.
So this is the end. I have a Thomas train here. So we're gonna pretend that we have an ad so that way we're professionals.
Buy this really cool lock and his really cool Thomas toy.
Hold on, what
at
are the
Harry's.com.
What are the Audible? Harry's. Harry's razors are made straight from the fountains of Germany by German efficiency.
They cost
Germany
less.
is the best, and they give you really cheap razor braids who look awesome.
And they're better than the big brands.